Sometimes it can be very difficult to be into the cryptocurrency space, especially when you don't know what you're doing. Whom should you listen to? Should you listen to the person who says that I will never go back to fiat money? I will never ever cash out. While there are people who gets worried about, oh my god, what will happen if the exchanges shut down? Where would I encash my cryptocurrencies? Where will I take the profit? And then there is one guy who says that I never want to go back to the fiat money. I will stay in crypto because that's what the future is. While the other guy says that the cryptocurrencies are one of the biggest scam of all time, one of the most brilliant scams in the history. Whom do you listen to? Especially, it might be very difficult once you yourself don't have any clue and you don't know how the things work out. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Welcome back to Crypto Conversation. My name is Sheikh. This is channel we talk about cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, blockchain. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. And also, this is not a financial or investment advice, just my personal opinion. So, Tim Draper, one of the famous venture capitalists, by the way, who also bought about 30,000 bitcoins from the Silk Road auction. The Silk Road auction, so people who might not know, Silk Road was one of the company which was accepting bitcoins in the exchange of drugs. So basically, Silk Road was selling drugs online for the exchange of bitcoins. They were caught, and all those bitcoins were auctioned by the US authorities, which Tim Draper brought. Tim Draper, who is Tim Draper? He is an American venture capitalist, investor, and founder. He has set up many businesses. He is the guy who bought all those 30,000 bitcoins, and he is saying that why should I sell the future for the past? He's saying, why should I sell the future? Future as in crypto, my Bitcoin for the past, for the fiat, which is the past. Fiat money is the past. According to him, the cryptocurrencies are going to the future. So here, this is his statement. He said, I think Bitcoin is the future currency. The entrepreneur whose net worth has been placed at 1 billion had a nice thing to say about Bitcoin in the most quoted segment of his Bloomberg interview. People ask me, when are you going to sell your Bitcoins for fiat? And I say, why would I sell the future for the past? This argument previously marked when Draper was quoted as saying, I don't know why anyone would want to go back to fiat when crypto is distributed, secure, and global. While fiat is subject to the whims of political forces, which is, by the way, true. The fiat money is manipulated. The banks are manipulated. We can see one of the biggest example right now in India, the PNB scam, the Rotomax scam, and many more. So fiat money is manipulated, and that's the whole idea of going into the decentralization like Bitcoin and blockchain, which is great because it's fast, effective, decentralized. Whereas there are some people who have a different opinion. I mean, this guy, founder of Elliot, Elliot, or how do you pronounce that, right? Founded Paul Singer, one of the world's largest hedge fund, Elliott Management, founded by billionaire Paul Singer in 1977. He described there are about negative view of cryptocurrencies on 3 pages. Let me see if I can open this up. He says calling cryptocurrencies one of the most brilliant scams in history. Wow, this is getting interesting. About 3 pages describing how Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are invested. So this is what he has to say. In the letter dated January 26, Elliot claims that people encountering cryptocurrencies have switched from the sense of what the hell is this to the stable fear of missing out. Let me buy, everyone is buying, let me buy some, everyone is making, let me buy, make money. Elliot likens cryptocurrency investors to buyers of black box that will, according to the firm, turn out to be empty. The black box, an empty black box. He says this is not just a bubble, it is not just a fraud, it is perhaps the outer limit, the ultimate expression of the ability of humans to seize upon either and hope to ride it to the stars. Now, while I do agree with him on certain points that most of the people into cryptocurrencies are just trying to follow each other, just trying to follow the trend. For example, the ICOs investing, everyone coming up with their own ICOs, launching tokens, collecting funds, and people waiting actually for the tokens to come out. While this is a bubble, I sincerely don't think that Bitcoin blockchains are actually bubble. I'm sure there are certain projects into cryptocurrency scammy, like Tim Draper says, that why should I go back to the past selling my future? So I would not agree on all the points that he has made here. He says, but it is not glorious that when the equivalent of nothing attracts and parishioners who run up the price, the very willingness of the mob to buy it at a higher and higher prices is seen as validating of thing, which is when the prices goes up every day and people want to buy into it because they have a fear of missing out without not knowing what are you buying into. That's the situation he's referring to, but that's common even in the stock market, that's even common in the traditional market. That is just the human nature, right? Rather than the indication of the limitless ignorance of the swath of the human race. He has made some brilliant points, but I still doubt if he understands what Bitcoin is and what cryptocurrencies are. I can tell you how. So he made another statement. He says, he also expresses skepticism about the scarcity of Bitcoin. He says that despite the fact that Bitcoin supply is capped 21 million coins, the letter from Elliot argues that forking of the Bitcoin blockchain could threaten scarcity, stating this limitation scarcity is not nearly as sacrosanct as the Bitcoin evangelist would have you to believe. While this is true that forking a Bitcoin is increasing the number of supply, but I do still think that the people will have a choice of whether what they want to use. I believe we are stepping into a future of decentralization where people will have freedom to choose what currency, what asset they want to use, choose and what they want. I agree with some of his points where he says it is a kind of bubble. People are just getting into it because they don't want to. They have the fear of missing out. But I do not agree with all his points that cryptocurrencies are one of the biggest scam. What's your opinion, guys? Well, let me know in the comment box below. I do want to hear what do you think about Tim Draper's statement about him saying that I would not sell my Bitcoin. I'll never go back to fiat. I'll keep holding my Bitcoin. At the same time, other guy, the traditional guy, he says that cryptocurrency is one of the biggest scam in the history. Let me know your opinion in the comment box below. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new to this channel. Give this video a like, share. Take care, and I'll see you in my next video.